Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to die off the parkour. Well, actually not really, but in today's video I'm going to be ranking all the MRC players from MRC Season 1 on a tier list, in my opinion, to see who is truly the best, who was average, and who was slacking behind in some events. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start with the worst tier, D tier on my list. No one was F, because no one really did like too terrible in any event really. So starting off with D tier, we have B. B was a player before I started recording MRCs. They were in the MRC 1, MRC 2. They were pretty bad in every event, so that's why they're in D tier. But they were also really fun to play with in every MRC. And then next up we have Rings, who is also in D tier. Rings was also a bit of an early MRC player. And finally, to sum up D tier, we have Sneezy, who really only had the first ever MRC was her best event. And then after that, it really went downhill. She never really got out of the like bottom 2 or bottom 3. So that's pretty much all of D tier. Let's move on to C tier. In C tier, we have Shadow and we have Epic. Epic was actually in MRC All-Stars playing against me. He did win an MRC with me, so Epic is always awesome. And then Shadow had 2 really good MRCs with 2 really good teams, but they just didn't get enough early game points to really amount to like a dodge bolt or like a final or like a top 2. But Shadow was a really solid player overall. Next up in B tier, we actually have Blue Ninja and Gamer. Gamer, he has won like two MRCs with me, like back to back. He's a really solid team player. He loves to do team games. He's really good at most everything that you put him up to. So that's why he's in B tier. And then next we have Blue Ninja, who is also in B tier because he played in 1 MRC, so it's kind of hard for me to rank Blue Ninja. But overall, he did amazing in that MRC. I think getting top 10 placement. Okay, and then next up we have A tier, to where we have Nelson, Mega, Carlos, Pineapple. Pineapple's also played in 1 MRC, but he has really been showing off his skills ever since MRC. He's a really good friend to me. And Pineapple is just a really solid MRC player overall, so I would say he's definitely deserving of A tier. Next up we have Mega, who was had an insane average for the first few MRCs, and then he started getting not so well performances, which kind of puts him in an A tier. He was definitely on the verge of S tier or maybe even S tier earlier on in MRC Season 1. Next up we have Nelson, who has slightly higher average than Mega. Nelson has won 2 MRCs, one in MRC All-Stars and one with me actually in MRC Season 3. Really solid player again. Not so great at PP, but loves team games and can do really well with any team. And finally, to round out A tier, we have Carlos, who was the best player of this A tier. He was amazing in every MRC that he could be in. He was excellent at PvP, and he wasn't so bad at parkour either, rounding him to an A+ player. And then for S tier, we have Tua. Tua has won 4 MRCs, making him 4 out of 9. His first MRCs he struggled with, but once he got the hang of MRC, he pretty much dominated the event in parkour and PvP games, making him a pretty high S tier. And finally, this may sound like I'm just making this. This may sound like I'm just, saying like, oh yeah, I'm the best MRC player, but once you look at the stats, it's kind of obvious. I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm just like full of myself or anything. I'm really not. I'm really hard on myself in like a lot of MRC situations. But according to the stats, from what I have compiled, in MRC, I have won 7 out of 9 MRCs, been a top 3 player in every MRC. And so I would definitely say I'm deserving of at least S tier, maybe even S plus, I don't know. But remember, this is just MRC Season 1. MRC Season 2 is about to kick off, actually, very, very, very soon. And this just wraps up the end of MRC Season 1 tier ranking. This is just my opinion. You can have your own opinions in the comments from the MRCs I recorded. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video, like and sub, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, bye.